It's the sum of a company's internal and external communications activities. And it's designed to really influence the perception among stakeholders of the company or organization, and obviously trying to gain a very favorable perception of your brand, organization, company, which, as Rich mentioned, is very difficult in a rapidly changing digital world today. And I think, all of us have seen how a company's reputation can just change on a dime.
How you tell stories financially, how you tell stories using data, and how you engage and hear and incorporate the stories of the people that have stakes in your organization and the things that you do as an organization. It's really about finding the right methodologies for the right situations, the right people, the right timing to tell the best possible stories we can, and to enrich our own experiences, by listening to the stories of others who have a stake in our organizations.
I need your commitment.
Subject: Urgent Safety Hazard Concealment Act Series BMX Batch 3 and Final Notice.
Section 1: The Ethical Dilemma. I'm writing this not as an employee but as a concerned citizen who has exhausted all internal options. I have spent the last 3 months wrestling to the most profound ethical conflict. My loyalty to this company and my moral duty to the public who trust our product. Since my repeated internal reports were ethically ignored and suppressed by management, I have reached a dilemma and must choose the path that protects my life. It is not a treat, it is a mental based on my conscience.
Section 2: Evidence of Concealment and Risk. The following evidence prove that the company has been aware of critical safety defects and actively concealing. 1. The defect. The Series Battery Management System BMS, specifically in Batch 3, units manufactured between April and June, has a confirmed component flaw, leading to thermal runaway during high-speed charging. This carries a high risk of fire. 2. Scope. This defect affects approximately 4% of the units sold in the last 6 months, totaling over 45,000 units currently in market use. 3. Proof of knowledge. I possess internal emails dated April 15 and May 2nd from the engineering department showing that the risk was flagged and fix was proposed, but the project was tabled by senior management to meet Q2 revenue target. Section 3: Failed internal reporting. My attempt to use the official channel failed, confirming that the current culture encourages silence. Report 1: T701 fails July 5th to my direct supervisor. Status: closed with insufficient evidence. Report 2: T709 failed August 1st to HR. Status: closed with departmental issue. Retaliation: since filing, I've been denied project access and excluded from team meeting. My fear of retaliation is justified. Section 4: The Ultimatum. The time for internal deliberation is over. If I do not see the following 2 actions publicly announced within the next 48 hours, I will submit all documents to the Ministry of Health and key media outlets for immediate regulatory action. 1. Immediate public safety commitment. A full comprehensive product recall announcement validating the technical fact of the fire risk. 2. Cultural reform commitment. A public statement guaranteeing a new fully external and anonymous reporting channel hotline with a zero retaliation policy overseen by the Board Audit Committee. I await your public action.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry for being late. The traffic was heavier than I expected. Oh, you guys may see.
Mr. Terence, I need you to review this matter immediately.
Okay.
This correspondent from one of our co-worker called Dane, who now presents himself as a whistleblower, constitutes a deliberate act of corporate destabilization. His claims that moral duty outweighs a signed NDA is an attempt to justify clear contractual misconduct. This is not an expression of concern, but a strategic effort to inflict harm to the organization. We must identify them immediately and proceed with issues a cease and desist order without delay.
Okay, so let me be clear, Mimi. Containment is not an option. Dean was placed in a difficult situation. It's either remain silent and risk harm, or they speak up to protect themselves and others. And Dean choose safety, and that requires courage. So at this point, we either recognize that courage, or we risk positioning ourselves against them. So Ed, please confirm this legal exposure. If we ignore this, we need full visibility. If we fail to act, we risk compliance issue, reputational damage, and direct liability. So our responsibility now is to respond decisively, transparently, and in alignment with our policies and legal obligations.
Noted, sir. Dean's data is verifiable. The regulatory fine for concealing this fire risk outweighs the recall cost by tenfold. If Dean goes public in 48 hours, we are exposed to criminal negligence.
Dean's moral crusade just cost us $50 billion in recall costs. Mr. Terence, why are we talking about rewarding this act? Give me a cost-effective alternative to this ethical suicide mission.
Firas, the RM 470,000 hotline is an insurance policy. The only thing more expensive than an ethical failure is the guaranteed prosecution we face if we ignore this. We must rebuild trust by proving that for all future employees, the choice between the job and conscience is eliminated.
Dean's letter detail is being ignored for months. This is a failure of our culture. Mr. Terence, your new policy must explicitly address Dean's fear of retaliation if we want any employee to believe us.
So the new system is a firewall. It is designed to be mistrust-proof. It reports directly to external audit board. This action is the only message that will reach Dean before the deadline and tell them that concerns are now safe.
But if we publicly validate Dane, aren't we inviting every disgruntled employee to hold us hostage? Mr. Terence, you're setting a terrible precedent.
Mimi, we are setting the right precedent. Ethical action is protected. I need your commitment to publicly announce the fix and a statement validating Dean's ethical choice.
I'll agree to the public validation, but only if the public statement includes guaranteed executive accountability for the concealment. The department head must be named and suspended. I need blood on the ledger to justify this risk.
Agreed. The department head will be placed on leave pending review. Accountability will be transparent. D. Your team must draft the direct non-retaliation communication to Dean immediately.
I will lead the contact with external counsel to assure Dean we respect their dilemma and that their action was vital. We will guarantee their employment status and anonymity. That letter goes out in the next 2 hours.
So this is the point of no return. Our strategy is 12 hours. Technical fix announced 24 hours. Public endorsement of Dean's action. And the new hotline launch. I need final non-negotiable verbal assent from all of you.
Well, I still want to find Dean, but I agree this is the only way to stop the bleed. So, my answer is yes.
The numbers are less terrifying than the regulator. Yes.
We finally chose ethics.
Yes.
Really necessary.
Yes.
Agreement secured. D. You are responsible for sending that protection letter to Dean and add when all public language. The dilemma ends now because we choose transparent. Alright? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you, sir. So stressful.
The choice was made under immense pressure from Mimi and Firas. Darren successfully negotiated the only viable path, transparency. The committee accepted the need to validate then ethical action, not suppress it, by agreeing to the public accountability and around 470,000 commitment to the new external hotline. The resolution was a victory for interpersonal strategy. Emotion management stabilized the room. Self-confidence forced the ethical choice, and social communication repaired the trust that then initially dilemma had shattered. The immediate crisis is contained. The long-term work of building a culture with the employee loyalty now begins.